Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I launched this channel in June to document my tarot deck collection journey. I live in a region where locally you just don't get tarot decks. I hadn't figured out how or even if I should try to get decks into this region. And once I figured it out, I started documenting the journey because there could be other people like me who are building their collection in 2025. I mean, for years I had to work off only 2 decks. So this is a very exciting time for me. Having said that, while I love tags like this, I always find them really challenging because I don't have years of decks behind me. But again, I love Chanel Day's content. I love Tarot Tube. I love tarot tags. So I take it up as a challenge and I get on with it. So having said that, let's get on to the prompts. The first prompt that we have for the mid-year tarot tag is a deck you've used the most so far in 2025. So in 2025, now the cover of this one is in my bookcase. Hold on, let me get it. It's the Unveiled Tarot. It's a mass market deck, but it reads so beautifully that I use this. I have been using this the most this year. I think it's a stunning deck just because it has this sense of humor. It is quite thoughtful. It reimagines a lot of the essences of the cards, and every card sort of makes you think. I'm sorry about my kitchen lights, but it makes you think about what the card is and how it juxtaposes old world with modern life. I love that about this deck. So this is definitely the deck. Like, look at this. It's literally like a TV show, but it's 2 of Wands and you still see the man. But there are 2 doors to choose from. So I really like this deck. I think it's and somehow I've been just using it the most this year. It's obviously something I got very recently, and like all my other decks, and I really like and enjoy this deck. So the next one we have is a new deck that came into my collection. A new deck that came into your collection. For that, we have the Turning Terrestrials Tides Tarot. It's quite a bite, but it's part of my August haul, and it is so cool. It's like a magazine. And I think, like, look at the Magician. It says, as above, so below. The things we create on the physical plane are the things that will become our legacy. I think using this deck feels like reading a magazine. There's so much to read. And I find it really cool. And this is definitely the newest deck that has come in. It just arrived like a week ago. And it's part of the August decks that I have bought. It's a mass market, and I find it very, very cool. It's like a newspaper. It's definitely like a magazine, you know? Like, look at this death card, and it says ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But here it says everything ends, but the end is just the beginning. So I love how, again, they've thought about every card and its essence, but done a very cool magazine thing about it. So this is the new deck that came into my collection. The third prompt we have is deck that could be better. Now, this is the Spheres of Heaven Tarot, and I bought it. I had a lot of, expectations out of it, and I don't mind a pip deck. That's not the problem. I think the majors are done really, really well, and it's absolutely beautiful. And when it comes to like a suit like this, it's incredible. But like, look at that Hermit card. It's beautiful. It's done exceptionally well, the majors. But I just find the color palette of the wand suit and the sword suit a little too subtle, and that, like, the star card, like the major arcanas are amazing, and even these, like, very nice, but the wands and the wand suit and the sword suit is very subtle and then in low light. And I like to mostly do all my tarot readings in bed at night, and I'm not able to read. And I think this had the potential of being an incredible deck, but my decks have half turned, half not turned. But the court cards, the major arcana, all of these are incredibly done, and they could have kept the pastel color palette, but just made these a little brighter, because sometimes this Definitely in low light, you cannot read. So I don't reach out for it as much as I would have liked to. Like, look at this. The suit of pentacles is fine, you know? Like, look at that tower. It's incredible. It's got potential. But two of those, so the suits being like that just makes me not reach out. And they have a bunch of, they have multiples of the lover's card. It's very inclusive, etc., etc. So this is definitely the deck that I think could have been better. Okay, now we move on to the next prompt. The next prompt is the deck I'm currently using. So I'm using the Disorder Tarot of Innocence by Diego Gabriel. It's again a mass market, but it's limited edition. It's by Los Carveo, and it's got this beautiful matte um, cardstock that I absolutely love working with. Like this is, I didn't even know that this would be a limited edition. Can't find that card now. Great. So I did one reading with this, and it was just so nice, and it spoke so beautifully with me. I was pleasantly surprised, and ever since then, I have not been able to keep it down. And it just the high contrast, the really bright printing, the cardstock, everything about this deck is making me use this and not use anything else for now. Like when I first got this, like the death card is incredible in this deck. When I first got this, I didn't think that I'd be using this as much as I'm using it right now because it felt a little bit creepy. That was my first impression. But just one reading from it just changed everything, all my opinions about it. And that's what I love about this journey, that every deck is evolving my journey in a way that I didn't even expect. It's like you go in thinking that in your head that you're going to like something, and then you land up liking something completely different. And that's what I love about this journey and even documenting it. So, anyway, let's move on. I've rambled enough. You will see a lot of neurodivergence, rambling along this video on this channel. That's how I am. Anyway, biggest surprise of a deck. Oh, guys, I found the limited edition card. Here you go. it's it's cool. I like this. It was a pleasant surprise. I bought it off Amazon. Didn't expect this, but anyway. Uh, the biggest surprise is this deck. So the thing about this region where I live, you don't get tarot decks. You get one Rider-Waite-Smith. You get Lightseer sometimes. You get Tarot of the Divine. You used to 2 years ago. Now you don't get that anymore. So you don't get tarot decks, but you do get Oracle decks. And you get Oracle decks that I don't commonly see on Amazon US. This is one of those. I bought it on a whim because sometimes I browse through my local Amazon and I'm like, okay, this looks interesting. Let me try it. And when it came, I was like, that's it? These are the number of cards? Okay, sure, we can work with it, I guess. And again, first impressions completely lie to me because when I went through this, the guidebook, everything, this is published by who? Los Carabeo. Yes. It's a Los Carabeo deck. I didn't expect much till I was doing my Lionsgate full moon reading, and it just spoke and it just added layers, and each card just took me to a different realm. It is unreal how incredibly this reads, and there's so much in these cards, and it really really surprised me. Like, look at that. My best friend and I go over the decks I buy on video calls every week when we speak, because she lives in Australia, but she's moved to Australia now. That happens a lot. People leave. This is the expat life here. But she literally told me 2 weeks later that I couldn't stop thinking about that deck you showed. And this is how this deck is. You know, the first time you buy it, you're not going to possibly bond with it. But when you sit down with it, it surprises you, and then you can't take it out of your mind. And not it's not like, it looks creepy, right? But it's not. It's very very um it's very poignant, and it's very thoughtful, and it's very deep. And then the guidebook comes alive, then everything, all the archetypes, everything comes alive, and it is an incredible deck, and it definitely surprised me. Next, what do we have the deck crush, guys. I feel I made this YouTube channel to only talk about this deck over and over again. And you guessed it, if you've ever been on this channel, yes, it's Terra Volatile. The day I do a video without this, I'm going to mark that video because I don't think it's possible. Anyway, I will show you. Why not? And I can't believe I still haven't bought the expansion. I will one day. I think I will. I mean, when you love something this much, I want to say it's my crush, but it's not just my crush. It is the love of my life. It is my soul deck. It says things to me. I don't use it every day. It says things to me that it speaks to me in ways that only it could speak to me. It's not just the quality or how incredible it is, but how popular it is or whatever. But it has formed a bond with me, and it has taken my energy and given me its energy, and together it's just unreal. Like, it's unreal. I go quiet when I'm with this deck. It's just incredible. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on so that this video is not 1 hour long. No, this kitchen light thing is not happening, isn't it? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Then we have a favorite single tarot card from a deck. Like, I was gonna pick obviously from Tarot Volatile because I do have a lot of favorite cards here, but again, can't make videos only about Tarot Volatile, so I have to move on. And first, we're gonna put her back nicely and show her one last time. I feel like it's more a hymn, but anyway, love of my life. Anyway, so it's a death card from Wild Unknown Tarot. And the first time I came across this, it's not because the death card is one of my favorite cards or anything like that. One of my favorite cards that I go with is the High Priestess, the usual ones, but the Five of Pentacles. But this death card, just, I don't know, there's something mystical about this deck. We will all agree to that. On top of that, I think this card just speaks to me in a way, in a very different way. And it is definitely the single most card that I love in any deck. Like, I didn't even have to think about it. And I remember this one reading, which I did on camera because I was shooting some video showing, how I use it in my personal practice, because tarot healed me a lot. It helped me work around grief, etc. And I'm incredibly indebted to tarot for saving me at a time I didn't think that I could be saved. And anyway, so I was doing this, and these two came up together, and I looked at it, and I'm getting emotional. I don't know why, but I looked at it, and I was like, here's this little bird, the fool, the beginning of that journey. And you can see the age, the experience, I've come to the end of the road. It's time for me to go because my body's done. Like, I am now just pure energy. And it was just so beautiful. So I had to bring this one in because they came in together to me one day, and I was like, again, 5 minutes of silence because I couldn't. It was just so beautiful. That's the circle of life right there. Guys. Anyway, let's move on. What do we have? I have notes here, obviously. The deck that makes you happy, good, because I was getting a little bit emotional there, is the Woodland Fairy Tale Tarot. I love fairy tales and things like that. Of course I do. Not so much fantasy. It's really crazy. I love sci-fi and aliens and all of that. And I love fairy tales, but I hate fantasy. I hate it. Like, it's weird. It's really weird. Anyway, so I have this because I think this is a very, very cute deck, but it's also a deep one. Like, it's cute, and a lot of the fairy tales you will know, a lot of them you will not know, but it's not just a clone. I like that every card, there's still a little bit that you think about. There's the element. The cups have that water, the wands have the fire, and yet there's a fairy tale, the fool. Like here, more than the leap of faith, it's that challenge, jack climbing that beanstalk. And I get it, because sometimes the fool energy is activated when your back is against the wall, and you're like, I gotta do this, this is the only way. And so I like this deck. It makes me really happy. This is my most favorite card in this deck. It's the Four of Swords, but I love how everyone's asleep as if there's a magic spell. Sorry, Four of Swords. And everyone's gone to sleep wherever they were, and I find it so magical. It's as if I'm looking into a town like that. So yeah, this deck really makes me happy. Look at that Wheel of Fortune. Ah, this Justice card is just incredible. This is the card that made me buy it. And then everything else, I really like it. Okay, moving on. We have great guidebook. So I'm not a big guidebook person because I believe, I mean, look, again, it could change, but right now, where I am in my journey, I don't tend to go into guidebooks, but I believe that the art, the symbolism, the story that the creator is spinning for you is part of your reading and what you're taking out of it, including the structure of the tarot system that you're reading. So, having said that, I want to take away whatever I'm taking away from just the experience of that card. And that's why I love the art of it, but I also wouldn't go into the guidebook to read why they did what they did. But that's just one way of experiencing art and symbology. And, I think it's okay. But I had to pick a guidebook. If I had to pick a guidebook, I think Kim Kran's, both of these guidebooks are incredible. I enjoy reading them. They'd stand on their own if you didn't have the tarot and you had just this guidebook. I still think that it's written really, really well. And this one is incredible. Like, I like this more than the cards. I bought this for my best friend. I got it sent to Australia. I bought it for a cousin who does soul work in India. And I sent it to him because I think this guidebook is just incredible. And I love how she adds layers. So there is what she's talking about, what the card's about, then when light, when dark, and how you can go deeper. And then you have these little subtexts, which I love. So there's a lot to take. And that's why I like these two guidebooks. They are my favorite guidebooks. Next, what deck do you want by the end of the year? So for me, someone building the collection, I feel like it's a difficult question, but the decks that I'm definitely looking at getting is some of the new releases that are coming out in the later half of the year, like Seasons of the Witch Tarot. There's a Cottage Witch Tarot, I think. I'm not sure. Mass Market. And a couple of Kickstarters I've backed. I hope they're able to ship here. I'm not sure. We'll see. And there's a Mio Im's Tarot, which I'm just, there are two actually. There's a Mio Im's Tarot that at editing stage, I hope I'm able to put the image. I do want to get this. I just don't have any Skulls and Bones tarot, but this one just feels like it might be speaking to me a lot. So let's see. And then let's move on. You've seen my hands enough. Next, we have what deck hasn't been used yet, but you want to work with this year. So here, I want to talk about the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. Came in about a week ago, I think. And I still haven't used this because it feels really special. And I'm waiting for a special occasion to use it. I don't know what that occasion is, but I am not somebody who likes to keep a lot of things, unused. But I did a little flip through and it just felt so precious and so nice and I got this version, the acid green, but the normal version. I'm always happy when I find an OG indie deck that's still available to buy because I feel bad when I'm hankering and I see something that's been around for years but now out of print. I'm like, well, I was not around in 2020, knowing that there are decks out there or there's communities out there. So I'm really happy when I get like the Terra Volatiles or the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. I think this one's beautiful, of course. But yes, I am waiting for the right occasion to use it, which may be today, tonight, or it may be five weeks from now. But I have just kept it for now. Like, oh, I look at it every day, and I'm like, I'll get to you. You're too special. Today is not a special enough day. Love this strength card. It's so beautiful. Every card. I mean, you guys know these decks, but I can't tell you what it is to find these. Beautiful. Like even this death card. Incredible. So this is the deck that hasn't been used yet. The Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, Acid Green. And what do we have last? Okay, then we have the favorite video that I have made or I have seen. Well, I love tarot too. I think every creator has their own style, and I love following creators just because they could be doing the same tag and the exact same topic, but their style is what makes it so different. So it's very difficult to pick somebody's. I love everyone's content, and I'm always scouring for new creators because for me it's like it's my wonderland. I've just discovered you guys. I didn't know you guys were existing. I was just sitting with my 2 tarot decks and learning tarot and reading with tarot, not knowing this whole world was happening outside. So, but of the videos that I make, I do love a video which I don't know at the time of filming when it's getting published, but I want to talk. I'm on YouTube because I want to talk about how tarot saved me and how I use it for healing, and healing from burnout, healing from grief, from navigating loss. A lot of triggering subjects, maybe, but it did help me. And if it helped me, I hope it helps someone else. And I may not be a reader for, who's been around for 30 years, but I just want to ensure that somebody somewhere finds tarot for that, because I've been in that the basement of my rock bottom, and it's not a nice place. And if it wasn't for tarot, I don't know how I would have come out of it. So I hope it does help someone, and that's why this channel is here. One, to show my decks because I get so excited, and I have no friends that I can talk about, in a region where it's hush hush. And two is definitely these videos that I do, which is for someone who's not into tarot but might just discover my video on a day they really need it. um, yeah, that's that. Oh, we're pulling a card. Okay, should we pull a card? It's the last prompt, and it says pull a card for the next 6 months, or pick a card whose energy you want to bring. That keeps changing. I am a very, what do you call that? No, I'm not flippant, but my life moves really fast. Guys, I'm not saying this in a weird way. I'm just like, literally, my friends have said that it's very difficult to meet you for a coffee because lives have changed in between. And you're like, yeah, so now. And I'm like, yeah, I know that happens with me. So, anyway, I think let's pick from here. Okay. Let's pick from the tarot of the holy spectrum. Wow, it doesn't fan on a table, does it? That didn't go well. I don't think I have a YouTube career if that's the fanning skill I have. Already no shuffling skill, but anyway. I get it. I get it. This is going to be a good day. I get it. Yes, this is the energy. I own an agency, I'm an entrepreneur, and everything that I am able to do is only with the help of my team. So the Three of Pentacles definitely is the energy that is going to be very important in the next 6 months. So, yeah, I agree to that. So, with that comes the end of my mid year tarot tag for someone who started building a collection in mid year. But it was very exciting. I hope I see you guys around. Say hi.